Welcome to Gaspereau Vineyards. We're located in the heart of the Gaspereau Valley. We're on 40 acres of vines here with 35 currently planted, and we produce about 8 different varietals right now. There's a pretty tight-knit community of camaraderie going on in the Nova Scotia wine industry. I think just starting to grow the cool climate varieties and working with what we should be doing in this area has really taken us leaps and bounds ahead.
My name is Gina Haverstock and I'm the winemaker here at Gaspereau Vineyards. So this time of the year, which is fall, it's the time when we're receiving the grapes and of course processing the grapes and pressing the grapes to get juice for making white wine and processing the grapes to make red wine.
So we're moving more and more towards hand harvesting because it allows us to be a bit more careful with the grapes and because it's easier for us to sort through them by the cluster than by the individual grapes when they're brought in off the vineyard to our crush pad where they get sorted through for anything that's too ripe, not ripe enough.
So then you can look through, and if there's 1 grape or 2 grapes that in that cluster, it's easy to flick them off and then continue on.
We do have our complimentary tasting bar here at Gaspereau. One of the most popular wines to try would be the Khatib Blanc, just because everybody wants to compare between different wineries, different vineyards, and different winemakers.
So Khatib Blanc is the driest white that we produce here at Gaspereau, and it's actually Nova Scotia's signature wine. I say that because about 98% of the vines that grow anywhere in the world actually grow right here in Nova Scotia.
But it first was started in Ontario, where the acid actually dropped out of the grape due to its long, hot growing season. So one of the pioneers in the wine industry here brought that back, and many of the local wineries grow this grape. It flourishes for us.
We actually primarily only make one wine with our Khatib Blanc. We make a nice, crisp, dry white wine that is dry but not piercingly dry to go well with the seafood and shellfish. When we're fermenting here at Gaspereau Vineyards, we like to retain a lot of the aromatics. To do that, we actually ferment quite cool. In addition to Khatib, Coleman is a red grape variety that we work well with.
At Gaspereau, we use it for a few different applications. We do our traditional rosé from our Coleman. We do a beautiful blend with our We also feature a gorgeous reserve port with the Coleman. So a very unique, sweet, lovely red grape.
Coleman is one of the red wines that we age 100% in oak barrels because they've been used once or twice before. The oak doesn't overpower the fruit. And here in Nova Scotia, we have really elegant fruit flavors and we don't want to, overpower them.
Coleman's earthy, smoky, leathery characteristics lend itself so great to a fine steak or kind of smoked meats, things like that. It is one of my favorites.
We grow on the upper slope of our vineyard some of the more sensitive grape varieties, the grape varieties that need a little more heat. The Videl is one of them, and Videl we use for 2 different things. First of all, we use it for our crescendo, and that's a sparkling wine that we make here. It's nice and fresh and fruity, bubbly. It's blended with a 15% muscat, and muscat's one of the most aromatic grape varieties we grow in Nova Scotia, so the combination makes a really nice, refreshing summer drink. So Icewine is a wonderful dessert wine made from frozen grapes. It's not just made from frozen grapes, it's made from grapes that are frozen on the vine. There is a small drop, basically per grape, of concentrated sweetness, acidity, and flavor. And that is what we're actually harvesting the grapes for. And we don't ferment all the sugar to alcohol, so you have this nice, luscious, sweet dessert wine. It's great.
Many of our wines have won awards in Atlantic Canada and internationally as well. This year, Videl and Coleman, our Muscat, and Videl all took gold at the Atlantic Canadian Wine Awards. We're pretty proud of the double gold that our maple wine brought back at an international taste test in Michigan, and it was tasted blind. So many of these have been recognized at different levels. The wine industry in Nova Scotia is really taking off, and we're so excited to be a part of it. We are maturing, so is our soil and our vines, and we're producing some amazing, internationally recognized award-winning wines.